Oh, beautiful April morning. We are going to use a worker here to get our soybeans planted. See how that goes. Because our main priority is going to be over here cutting this grass. We're going to make some silage. I think I am going to just let this kind of wait until it catches up to the new grass field today here in Old School. And that should be, I believe it'll be June. So we'll get a nice huge cut of our big grass field all at once in June. Right now we're going to cut this one just to supplement our income a little bit to make sure we do have enough for a harvester when that time comes. And there we go, cutting. All right, this should be a good financial gain for us. We'll be able to make some money in May from it. We also are going to be able to sell the wool very soon. I'm watching prices on that. It's starting to peak or get close to peaking. So once that is ready, we'll be able to get that going, and that will be this episode for sure. You know, this field that we're cutting here keeps getting smaller and smaller, and today I think we're going to make it even smaller. We talked about an apple orchard very early on, and we just financially haven't been able to do that. I believe each set of orchards that I want to set up, I think I'm using that. I don't know the terminology, guys. I'm sorry. But we're gonna cost us $4,000, or it's gonna cost us $4,000 for each set. So I think I want to get a couple of them. It'd be nice to get that going. And then there's also a production, I think, to bottle some apple juice or orange apples. They're apples, apple juice. And we'll see how that goes. It's just a mod I've been wanting to try out, and it feels like it would be nice on this playthrough. So we'll get to that later on. But right now I'm going to get focused on getting this cut. We'll have to rake it to make it easier to bale, and then use our setup that's a little annoying with the wrapper on the back. But we'll get by. We'll get it done. We'll check on that worker and the soybean field very soon. But also today, we can't forget that we do need to treat the weeds on our new field that we planted last episode. I believe it was barley. Now I'm really wanting to remember. It's oats. It's oats. So the barley field, or the wheat field, should be good with weeds. Let's actually just go to that screen. Yeah, so weeds are good here. We'll want to treat the soybean field and the oat field as well. All right, I'm going to get busy. I'll see you guys in a little bit. We're all done with the mowing, but before we get to raking, I did want to see what was going on with the garden and see if we can get that going. We do have a little bit of seed and fertilizer, so we just need to get some water. And boy, we boxed ourselves in here with that tank. So we'll grab the tank, we'll go down to the river, or I guess it's a lake, and get that filled up and get the garden back and activated. Kind of makes me wonder what these little buckets on the back are for. Like, we can put some... Is that just like to make a little sink? I want to see that closer. It's the spouts on it. Oh yeah, you could probably like turn it and fill these up if you wanted to. That's pretty cool. Looks like they're doing good. This is a good opportunity to drive by the soybean field. We'll have to, go outside our property here, but we'll go around this way and just take a peek when we drive by. But they're making good progress, making our day a little bit easier by not having to worry about planting that ourselves. And we need to get a well. I think we need to get our own well. This drive's a little silly. I think I am going to look into that today as well. We got a lot on our plate. We'll get it done. Don't drive too deeply, guys. Don't want to flood that engine. As we're driving back here, I do want to thank all of our viewers and commenters and channel members. Our channel membership, last I checked, was at the peak that we've ever had. It's awesome. I thank you guys so much for being channel members. I wish I could be creative enough to come up with some better perks than just early videos. At some point, maybe we will. I appreciate you guys. Don't say it enough. I think we try to get, deep into farming to give you guys an escape from reality is my goal with this channel. And so I'm trying to get back to that a little bit more, but I don't want to forget why I share this. It's because I want to share it with you guys. And I love the comments. I try to respond to as many as I can, and just keep them coming. It keeps me motivated. It keeps me excited to do this and share everything I do with video games with you guys, even with the second channel, the Socks Way Up channel. I do enjoy it a ton, guys, and I don't say it enough, and appreciate all of you that join and regularly, and the names that I constantly see on the comments. Sometimes we lose sight of how awesome that is after so many years of running these channels. I'm blown away. We're almost at 80,000 subscribers. Never thought we'd be anywhere close to this. Thank you guys so much. Let's get back to work. So 2,000 liters of water, that should get us by for, I think it's a couple days actually. But I think at that point we'll look at the well next time because we won't need it today. I don't want to spend too much money until we have more coming in, so we'll see. But I think we can use this tractor on the rake, so we don't have to wait till the soybeans are done. But as far as the baling, we probably will. So we'll get this going and should just have to come over here and reactivate the lettuce. Nope, we want it on storing and activates. We could enable automatic watering. I don't know if I want to do it that way though. I don't think I do on this series. All right, we'll leave that there and complain about it next time we have to hook up to it. We'll go get the rake hooked up. Shouldn't take too long to put these in rows, put this grass in rows, and then we can see what how they're doing with planting. And potentially we will finish up for them if we're waiting. That's not what we need. This is what we need. We don't use the Oliver enough. It's a nice tractor. And we are done with raking. We've got some nice rows out there. We'll check on the soybeans again here now, because we will need that tractor very quickly. And wow, we on the headlands here? I think so. We're gonna take over. Shouldn't be too bad for us to get. Oh, well, the game will cooperate. We will take over. There we go. Yeah, it shouldn't take too long for us to finish this, that we can get to baling. And it looks like hardly any seed is used for soybeans. Absolutely loving this. Unless they were buying soybean or seeds the whole time. They might have been. Let's get it done. You know, outside of taking care of weeds, we got all our fields planted. All our fields are ready. This is lovely. I love it, man. All right, we will work on baling because I think we want to get those wrapped as soon as possible so we can sell as early in the day as we can in May and really get a good indicator of where we're sitting financially to pull off this harvest in the summer. So I got a few months yet before we get to harvest the wheat. But I'm hoping, you know, with these 3 fields and the grass field with the new approach we're doing with the silage, I'm hoping we can move somewhat quickly to get the cattle and chickens. And then we'll shift our attention to what we need to get pigs and horses. And at some point, we'll think about fish. All right, so that's going to live there for now. We need to get the baler. Yeah, we will have to buy some net here in a little bit, but it shouldn't be too expensive for what we need. So I did do some end rows somewhat. So we'll do those last. But here we go. Let's have to remember to slow down because it is a round baler. Should get the warning beep here in a moment. Ooh, it's going pretty fast. There we go. How are we doing there? Not bad on that one. Let's look at this bale size because I didn't change this last time and I believe we can go up to 150. Let's check here. Our wrapper is compatible for 125 and 150, so absolutely we'll have one mismatch, but the rest of them will be 150. That will, you know, give us less bales and less to deal with to sell, less trips. Should be, you know, ideal for the situation, but these aren't filling up too fast, so we'll see how many we get. It looks like we started with... Oh, we lifted. Looks like we started with 42, so 43 is 1. We could reset that now, but we'll remember. 42 is an easy number to remember. Let's get it done. So I don't think we'll get another full one, so it looks like it's a total of 12 is what we got this time. So not too many to wrap, but also not a ton of income from them. We'll see tomorrow when we get to sell them. And depending on how quickly we get them wrapped, it should be around 11 o'clock tomorrow when we can do that. Let's go ahead and go to the beginning over here. Make sure we get all of it. I don't think it'll be another bale, like I said, but it'll be next time. It'll be, you know, ready for us in the baler next time we cut grass. Yeah, about 55% full, 54%. Not bad. I do want to get a tractor eventually that we can put this on the front of. But until that day comes, we'll have to do the little trickery of backing into these, which isn't too bad when you only have 12, but it is a pain when we're going to do that big field here in June. So maybe something will happen where we have enough money. But I'll get these wrapped, and, you know, I was aiming to get them done by 11. I think we might do that, and then we can get to some more fun things today. All right, well, one of them, but, you know, I didn't think about it until I already dropped that one, but we did them all right here, so one of them's by itself. So we'll be 11:10 tomorrow. We should be able to get those sold. All right, at this point, I do want to take a look at time-saving stock check. Wool it's above peak. I think it's ready for us to sell. Let's go ahead and find the trailer. We bought a trailer, didn't we? I swear we did. It's behind the house. It's behind the house. So we'll get as far over to the left here as we can to give us some room to maneuver. Gonna use our little skid steer here. You know, prices are at their peak, so we will even take the partial one. I mean, if I can even... Oh my goodness. Slow down, buddy. Slow down, buddy. You got this. Probably don't want to load in the back, but we'll do the first one back here, and then we'll try to balance the weight out a little bit better. We'll go, whoops, right there. That was a little weird way to do it, but I'll get the rest of these loaded up and we will go get them sold. All right, those are all loaded. We just need to get them strapped in now. That should be safe for traveling. Not going too far today. That's lovely. And this looks to be the place. Let's find out though. Unstrap. And we got to. Yep. Most of them sold there. Didn't get a full amount, but we are up to 54,000. I think we're at about 40, so we got about 14,000 from that. Oh, I guess we're risking it here. Yeah, that was a mistake. We're stuck. We're stuck. We will be using this to sell the bales soon, so I'm just gonna leave this attached for now. Spend some money we just made. We're gonna head on over here. We'll take a little jog and see how this looks, but I am gonna want more of these, and we'll see how overpowered they are, or if they are. And we'll check what the input is. So that might have been something we didn't think about when we built 4 of them. But man, I think this would look sweet if that back row just ended up being orchards back there. You know, our apple orchard here. But yeah, let's take a look here and learn. So we can just do water. That would give us a decent amount every month. But then, oh, a little more cycles. Okay, so double the output if we did. So we're going to enable watering for this. And we'll get all of these going, because gotta be honest with you, where I'm from, we don't water our apple trees, and we get a ridiculous amount of apples every year. Let's see, it should, yep, Now it's running. We got 16,000 over here. So that did cost us some money for the water, which we're just going to have to kind of deal with. But man, that's going to be cool. And let's see, we should have already produced a little bit of apples. Yeah, so let's go into time-saving stock check and kind of just learn a little bit about this. So for 1,000 of them, it looks like they peak at $2,000, but we should also have a production in here. I was looking at productions to see what we wanted to kind of do, and that reminded me. So this is 10 grand. So we could have like the production like right here. Might as well. We have the money. And then we could do another row and then have like access to the production. We'll see. We'll see what we do with that. But I want to check this thing out too. We're just going to be making these bottles of apple juice. We're not going to worry about the grape juice. So let's see the information on this bad boy. 5 apples makes 4 apple juice. Seems pretty good. And if we look at prices, apple juice ends up being about 5,000. So that's pretty awesome. So let's go ahead and activate this, and we will go over to these. And I am just going to change these to distributing, because the reality is we should only be, you know, harvesting these once a year, and that's something we can't really fake well. So let's get a little bit of grass added here. I think I am just going to overseed this whole area, and we're going to pretend like the little indicators down here aren't there. So just be kind of nice, and we'll put a little bit of detailing into around where these boxes are and the pallets. So let's go into our painting, and we'll grab the animal mud, and I think that makes, yeah, that looks pretty good there. Let's see that in person. So if we went in here, we went to settings, and we shut these off. Oh yeah, even more, we could go like this. Yeah, I think that looks good. A little bit of an area right there that could use a little bit more grass, but I think I'm going to just kind of extend the mud. I mean, not bad. The apples look a little strange, but it doesn't look bad for a mod. I do dig it. Some deer in this shot too. Yeah, not too shabby. I do want to check on that in the morning. There's one last thing we do need to do. So this grass is a different height, but that'll even out over time. And this will all look pretty good. We need to get the sprayer, and we need to get the weeds taken care of before we forget about that. And I think we do have some extra herbicide at the dealership. So we'll see what the capacity is here right now before we go fill that. Yeah, let's go fill it up. We have 91 liters. Oh yeah, that's looking good. Work in progress, but looking awesome. It does make me want to look into if we can adjust productions in modding. I think I did talk about this, but I'm really interested at this point. We might do it, and I think the ground looks great on those. To see if we can make it to where, you know, the open garden and the apple orchard is only like harvestable certain times a year and only produces certain times a year. So just kind of a missing aspect of simulator to me, but I do understand why it's not that way. We don't have any mods, or we don't have any in-game items that you would really think should be that way. It's just mods, really. We have greenhouses, which you could technically grow, you know, climate control them. You can utilize that year round. Here we go, taking care of the weeds. Herbicide's not dropping too fast. That's pretty favorable. We do have a little bit left over there, so I'll be interested to see what we have left when we get done with these two. Pretty awesome April here in old school survival. All right, with one field down, we just need to head on over to the soybean field, and we have 70% capacity still, so I think we'll be okay. Won't have to worry about getting filled back up. I mean, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, and we'll go get filled up, but I'm gonna risk it. I love this area. I think it turned out amazing. And just don't see a change in... That's unfortunate. Did not see a color change here. Unless it's so light that I'm not recognizing it. Maybe it is. I don't think it is. Let's get it done. And we did have enough herbicide, so we are all set on these fields. Let's look at the map just to see. We're not going to know on the soybean field because it doesn't show, but yeah, looking pretty good. Now it's, why do we only have $16,000? Oh, because we spent we overspent. Oh no, what were we thinking? Are we going to be able to afford a harvester in time? We might have to cut this grass and this grass. Definitely going to watch back during editing and see if money did disappear that shouldn't have, but I think it was that we built the production and my plan really wasn't to yet, and I got excited about it. But I mean, that's gonna be a problem for next episode. We'll find out how much money we made off of the silage. Gotta shut this off. Well, like I said, we'll find out how much money we're gonna make off the silage next episode, and we might have to shift plans and buy a smaller harvester, an older, less capacity, smaller header than we were planning, which that should be fun anyways. But that's the cliffhanger today, guys. Thanks for hanging out. I am Socksway Up. I will catch you on the next episode.